Welcome, join us to learn how to install the UbiHub AP6 and APAI. A double camera module differentiates the APAI from the AP6. Please pause for a moment and review the necessary tools. Let's get started. Use a box knife to cut the tape and open the box. Remove the foam cover. Set the mounting bracket and clamp inserts aside for adjustment in a later step. When handling the UbiHub APAI, place the camera on top of the UbiHub to prevent damage. Keep the UbiHub with the protective foam when removing from the box. The mounting clamp can be positioned from 6 to 10.5 inches front to back from the center of the NEMA plugged end can be adjusted 1 7/8 to 3 7/8 inches up and down from the top of the NEMA to the center of the pole. To set up the mounting bracket, measure horizontally from the center of the top NEMA socket, past the luminaire to the closest level point on the pole. Next, measure vertically from the top of the NEMA socket to the center point of the pole. Record the measurements. The bracket comes ready for a 2-inch IPS pole, along with inserts to accommodate 1.5 or 1.25 inch poles. Notice that the edges of the inserts have unique ridges and labels which match their corresponding sides on the clamp. Remove the adhesive cover and fix the insert to the inner edge of the mounting bracket labeled with the number 1. Repeat for the second insert. Remove the cover using the 3/16 hex driver and set aside. To set the clamp height, align the mark between the bolts with the measurement taken earlier. Our example shows a clamp positioned with a 3-inch vertical measurement. Tighten the 2 bolts to secure using the 3/16 hex driver. Align the bracket shuttles with the mounting rails on the bottom of the UbiHub. The rounded edges of the shuttles should face the back of the unit. When it is properly oriented, insert and slide the bracket into place. Align using the edge of the bracket. Our example shows a bracket positioned with a 10-inch horizontal measurement. Secure by tightening both mounting bolts to 40 inch-pounds. To attach the grounding cable, use a 5/16 socket driver or flathead screwdriver to remove the grounding screw from the back of the UbiHub. Installers can use the provided grounding cable or their own grounding cable, strap, or other pre-installed method. Attach the cable and replace the screw as shown. Regardless of the type, all NEMA receptacles have a north indicator marked with an N, an arrow, or both. NEMA receptacles must be aligned, or the UbiHub may not function properly. Let's review the alignment process. For this standard NEMA scenario, we can see the north indicator pointing to the side of the luminaire. The arrow should be aligned with the pole and point to the front of the luminaire. Use a screwdriver to fully loosen the 2 mounting screws. Lift and rotate the NEMA socket until the north indicator is aligned with the pole, pointing to the front of the luminaire. Once in place, retighten the 2 mounting screws to the recommended torque to secure the NEMA socket. 17 inch-pounds is typical. To properly align a rotatable NEMA socket, fully loosen the 2 mounting screws.
I have a lot more on this tape. Here. Listen to this.
Once loosened, use a standard screwdriver to turn the center portion of the NEMA socket until the north indicator is aligned with the pole, pointing to the front of the luminaire. Hold the center portion in place and retighten the 2 mounting screws to the recommended torque to secure the NEMA socket. The arrow is now aligned with the pole, pointing to the front of the luminaire. If a tool-less rotatable NEMA socket needs to be aligned, pull the upper portion of the NEMA socket upward until it clears the 2 posts and rotate it. Once aligned with the pole, lower the NEMA back down, ensuring that it is fully seated against the gasket. Adjustment of the rotating NEMA requires a Ubicquia locking tool. Reach out to Ubicquia's support to request this part. Rotate the NEMA socket until the north indicator is aligned with the pole, pointing to the front of the luminaire. Once rotated, align the tool's cutout with the outer ridges of the NEMA socket. Then, firmly press the locking tool over the NEMA socket. The arrow is now aligned with the pole, pointing to the front of the luminaire. Before ascending, attach a 10 pounds minimum rated tether between the UbiHub and the lift bucket, using the bottom tether point on the unit shown here. Loosen the swivel locking nut and open the clamp. UbiHub comes with a NEMA plug that swivels to accommodate sliding the bracket on the pole. Position the UbiHub as shown, and insert the NEMA plug into the socket. Turn the entire UbiHub until the clamp is aligned with the pole. Close the mounting clamp and tighten the locking nut to 40 inch-pounds to secure. When installing an APAI, keep the camera on top of the UbiHub as shown. Remove the camera from its protective packaging. Be sure to properly discard the packaging. Insert the bottom hook into the slot beneath the vertical adjustment screws, and rotate the camera inward as shown. Using the 3/16 hex driver, tighten the top bolt to secure the camera. Be sure to remove the red protective film from the dual camera lenses. If a camera is not installed, reattach the cover that was set aside when adjusting the clamp height. Tighten the top bolt using that 3/16 hex driver. The UbiHub supports multiple backhaul options, such as fiber or Ethernet backhaul. Let's review the options. Use a Phillips number 2 screwdriver to unscrew the 2 captive screws and open the rear access panel. Take note of the weather seal on the housing and the corresponding seal on the access panel door. This ensures a weatherproof seal for our connections. Here we have the PoE port, the Ethernet port, the SFP port, and for the APAI variant the camera connection. Let's install the Ethernet option. Pull the plug out of the intended slot. Grab the cable as shown and seat it into the opening using a gentle sawing motion. Take your time and help the cable by rotating and guiding it into place. The weather strip seal can accommodate cables with diameters ranging from 4 to 8 millimeters. Gently insert the connector until it seats properly with a click. Press the cable inside and align the seal to ensure a good engagement. We're now ready to close it back up, securely tightening the 2 Phillips screws to 4 inch-pounds. These steps can be followed for any of the other backhaul options available. Check that everything is secured, protective packaging and films have been properly discarded, and all cables are properly connected and seated. To activate the installed UbiHub, use the UbiHub Activator app and scan the QR code located at the rear of the unit shown here, or inside the access panel door. The UbiHub installation is now complete. Check that all protective packaging and films have been properly collected and discarded. Thank you for watching. Please reach out to Ubicquia with any questions.